Good evening, friends. Welcome to next lecture. In last lecture, we discussed about the fossil and fuel. Now, today we are going to extend that topic, and we are going to discuss about a nuclear energy. Actually, nuclear energy is usually considered another renewable energy source, although nuclear energy itself a renewable energy source. The material used in nuclear power plants is not. It is a non-renewable energy source. Nuclear energy harvested the powerful energy in the nucleus or core of an atom. And now, what is meant by atom and core and nucleus, that we have to discuss in this PPT also. Nuclear energy is released throughout nuclear fission, the process where the nucleus of an atom splits. Nuclear power plants are complex mechanics that can control a nuclear fission to produce an electricity. How that nuclear fission reaction can be occurred, and how nuclear power plants can manage that kind of chain reaction, and how they produces electricity, that we have to discuss one by one. The material most often used in nuclear power plants is uranium. Although uranium is found in rocks all over the world, nuclear power plants usually use a very rare type of uranium, that is uranium 235. Uranium is a non-renewable resource. That's why we are saying that a material used in nuclear power plant is non-renewable source. Nuclear energy is a popular way of generating electricity around the world. Nuclear power plants do not pollute the air or emit a greenhouse gases. These are some important advantages of nuclear energy, means which protects our environment as well as which cannot emit a greenhouse gases in the environment. They can be built in rural or urban area and do not destroy the environment around them. And nuclear energy is difficult to harvest. Nuclear power plants are very complicated to build and run. Many communities do not have the scientists and engineers to develop a safe and reliable nuclear energy program. Nuclear energy also produces radioactive materials. Radioactive wastes can be extremely toxic, causing burns and increasing the risk of cancer, blood disease and bone decay among a people who are exposed to it. That's why in some extent nuclear energy having some risk also. Those which in contact with that radioactive waste, they cause a blood disease, bone decay and cancer. One of the famous scientist, Albert Einstein, gives an energy mass relation, that is E is equal to mc square. On that basis a nuclear energy can be produced. A famous quote of Albert Einstein is that a nuclear power is a hell of the way to boil a water. By using that boiled water, we can produce a steam and electricity can be generated. How, that we have to discuss. Before discussing how nuclear energy can be produced, we will go one by one. We will start from atomic structure. Atom is nothing but a central nucleus and the electron revolving around the nucleus in a circular orbit. Nuclear technology takes advantages of the power locked in the structure of an atom. The basic particles of matters are the nucleus and the electrons. Electrons are negatively charged. The nucleus of an atom contain all of its positive charge, like proton, non-charged neutrons, negatively charged electrons. Atom always contain equal number of protons and electrons, making them electrically neutral. Here a carbon atom is there, it consists 6 proton and 6 neutrons. That's why electrically carbon is a neutral. Atom can have different number of neutrons in their nuclei. Then nuclei from the same elements with a different number of neutrons are called as isotopes. Most isotopes are stable, but some can spontaneously break apart, emitting energy and particles. This is radiations. If we consider a simple C12, 6 proton and 6 neutrons is there. If 6 proton and 7 neutron is there, C13 is a heavy as compared to the 6 proton and 6 neutron. If number of neutron increases, it is a unstable. If we emit or if we provide some energy, that C14 can break. Nuclear weapons harness a specific type of decay called as nuclear fission. Actually, what is by nuclear fission? As we know, nuclear fission is nothing but a fission process in which a heavy nuclei can break into the two lighter nuclei and some amount of energy is released during that fission reaction. That fission reaction can be used or can be utilized as a nuclear energy. This is splitting of the nucleus into two smaller fragments. The fuel used by the first nuclear weapon was uranium-235, a naturally occurring isotope. If we see a natural form of uranium is shown in this slide. Uranium-235 has an extremely large nucleus that can be split when it is hit with high speed neutron. Then uranium breaks into the two lighter nuclei. Now, actually there are two kinds of nuclear reactions are there. One is nuclear fission reaction and another is nuclear fusion reaction. We will discuss one by one. First, a nuclear fission reaction in which a large atom, if a neutron collides with a large atom having large nuclei, it can breaks into the two small atoms and some amount of energy get released. A nuclear fission is the process of splitting a nucleus into two nuclei with a smaller masses. Fission means simply divide a large atom into the two lighter. Remember that fission has twos, therefore it splits into two parts. Only large nuclei with atomic number above 90 can undergo a fission process. That is why uranium is the best example for a nuclear fission reaction. Uranium-235. Products of fission reaction usually include 2 or 3 individual neutrons. The total mass of the product is somewhat less than the mass of uranium. If we balance that nuclear fission reaction of uranium, means before reaction and after reaction, it has some mass difference. That mass difference can be denoted by a delta M. Means according to Einstein's energy mass relation is equal to delta mc square. Means if we are able to find out that change in mass, and if you multiply with c square, then you will get the nuclear energy generated during fission reaction. If we see, this low speed neutron is going to collide with a uranium. Uranium get captured that neutron. Due to that, nucleus of a uranium atom is becoming unstable. Due to that, nucleus of a uranium 235 breaks into 2 lighter nuclei and 3 high speed neutron get generated. This is nothing but a schematic representation of nuclear fission reaction, and tremendous amount of thermal energy get generated. That thermal energy is depends on a delta m, mass, total mass difference between the input and output. Although this nuclear fission reaction is a chain reaction is an ongoing series of fission reaction. Billions of reactions occur each second in a chain reaction. If we see in this figure, a neutron is about to hit the nucleus of a uranium atom. The uranium nuclei splits into several small atoms, releasing heat and several more neutrons. The chain begins. Those neutrons hit another nuclei, causing them to fission and so on. Means, as we know, in uranium fission reaction, 3 high speed neutrons generated. That 3 high speed neutron again collides with the another 3 uranium atom, and that another 3 uranium atom generates 9 high speed neutron. That 9 high speed neutron again collides with the 9 another uranium atom. This is a chain reaction. It is a continuous process. That is why we can call it a chain reaction. On Earth, nuclear fission reaction takes place in nuclear reactors only, which use controlled a chain reaction to generate a electricity. One of the best example of this chain reaction is occurred in nuclear reactors only, and that chain reaction can be controlled. An uncontrolled chain reaction takes place during the explosion of an atomic bomb. In this process, we cannot control that chain reaction. Fission products. The products of nuclear fission reactions are radioactive, but the energy released from these reactions is less harmful to the environment than the use of fossil fuels. Means this kind of energy is less harmful as compared to the fossil fuels. Fossil fuels get affected our climate, as well as it produces a gases which increase a greenhouse effect, but such kind of things cannot happen in nuclear fission reaction. The products are intensely radioactive and must be treated and are stored. If you see this cartoon image, one of the scientists says that nuclear power is a good temporary option while we developing wind and solar power. It is not a lifetime, it is a temporary, because the product which are going to use in nuclear reactor, that is a element having, it is a non-renewable source which are going to end after some time. That is why this is a temporary option. Next part of nuclear reaction is nuclear fusion. In nuclear fusion reaction, two small atoms get fused to form another large atom, and some energy get released during that fusion reaction. If we see, uh, if two small atoms get fused, the mass before the fusion and after the fusion, if we measure, and that difference is delta m. If we are able to measure that delta m, then we can find out how much energy is released during the nuclear fusion reaction. Nuclear fusion is the combining of two nuclei with low masses to form one nucleus of large mass. Nuclear fusion reaction are also called as thermonuclear reaction. Fusion reaction exists in stars. Our sun is a good example of thermonuclear reaction. It is almost impossible to create fusion reaction on earth, since they need temperature above 1 million degrees Celsius in order to take place. Means if you have to fuse a two nuclei, at that time you required a tremendous amount of heat energy, or tremendous amount of temperature is there, which is nearly equal to the 1 million degrees Celsius, which is impossible to create on earth. Nuclear fusion products less nuclear waste than nuclear fission, and the materials are easier to obtain in nuclear fusion reaction. There are some advantages of nuclear fusion reaction, but this kind of nuclear reaction cannot happen in earth, but it is but a nuclear fusion reaction having its own advantages, like it produces less nuclear waste, and the material which are going to use in a nuclear fusion reaction can available very easily as compared to the nuclear fission reaction. Now, nuclear energy is extraordinary. How we can say that? We will discuss these 4 points: how a nuclear reactor actually works, benefits of nuclear energy. Nuclear energy provides more than electricity, nuclear power in India. That we have to cover under this topic, and then we will end this point. How this nuclear reactor actually works, that we will discuss first. Our largest source of clean energy uses a process you can't see, that is fission. At a nuclear power plant across the country, highly trained workers monitor ongoing chain reaction that generates heat and steam, which is then converted to electricity using a turbine. Here are the 3 steps that reactor use to make a clean electricity. Step 1, in which split atoms to create a heat. In nuclear plants harness the incredible power of nuclear fission to generate heat and energy, which ultimately become a electricity. Fission occurs when a neutron hits a large atom and splits the atom into 2 smaller atoms. When a reactor starts, the uranium atom in the reactor core splits, releasing neutrons and heat, and kick off an outgoing chain reaction that generates more neutrons and heat. While Other power plants burns the fuel to create a steam and turn the turbine. Nuclear power plants are unique. There is a no fuel being burned to generate electricity, which means they do not emit a carbon dioxide or greenhouse gases in the process. This is the first step in which we can split the atom and generates the heat. In second step, use the heat to make a steam. The reactor core where uranium atoms are splitting is immersed in water. As the chain reaction happens, the heat generated is used to create a steam. A boiling water reactor heat the water surrounding the nuclear fuel directly into steam in the reactor vessel, while pressurized water reactor heat the water surrounding the nuclear fuel but keep the water under pressure to prevent it from boiling. In a pressurized water reactor, pumps move the hot water from the reactor vessels to steam generate. There, the water pump from the reactor heats a second separate supply of water which boils to make a steam. In second step, steam was produced. Third and last step, use the steam to turn a turbine. The steam can be utilized to turn a turbine. In both types of reactors, the steam spins the turbine which drives the generator that produces a electricity. This mechanism is the same as that the turbine used to generate a wind power. The only difference is that steam causes the nuclear reactor turbine to spin, not a wind. After the steam is used, it gets condensed to water, so it can be recycled and reused. Have you ever wondered about the large towers you have seen while driving by a nuclear plant? Throughout it may look like they are emitting smoke. It's actually just a water vapor. As we seen in this slide, the right side figure shows a smoke was generated from that plant, but actually it was a water vapors only. The cooling tower are a part of cooling water system used to condense the steam from the turbine back into water. Not all nuclear plants use a cooling towers. In some cases they use a large body of water or river to condense the steam back to the water. Cooling towers are not unique to nuclear power plants. Other generating facilities such as coal plants and other industrial facilities may also use a cooling towers. This is all about the nuclear reactor in which the nuclear energy get converted into the electricity. Now, how nuclear energy is benefit to our economy as well as to our environment, that we have to discuss. It is a many important point related with the nuclear energy. Nuclear energy offers many advantages as the emission free work hours of our energy grid. Its unique value cannot be found in any other energy sources. Nuclear protects national security. India's leadership in nuclear energy maintain a safety and non-pro-life standard globally, supports a silent electrical grid at home and fuel a strong nuclear fights climate change. Nuclear energy provides a large amount of 24/7 carbon free electricity. now, which is irreparable in protecting the environment. Around the clock electricity is a must for our nation to prosper in 21st century. Clean, reliable nuclear energy is a critical part of Indian infrastructure. Nuclear generates a job. How? A nuclear energy provides a more than 1 lakh well paid long term jobs and supports local economy with millions of rupees in state and local tax revenue. Nuclear protects our air. Nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, particulate matter and mercury, all things you don't want to in the air breathe. Nuclear energy provides a power 24 by 7 without a trace of this pollutant. Nuclear boosts international development. Nuclear energy helps developing nations meet sustainable development goals. These are the some benefits of nuclear energy. Now, nuclear energy provides more than electricity. How? The benefits of nuclear energy extend far beyond carbon free electricity to nuclear powers, space exploration, sterilizing medical equipment, provides portable water throughout distillation, supplies radioisotopes for cancer treatment and much more. That's why nuclear energy provides more than electricity. You can utilize this nuclear energy in a hospital to sterilize the medical equipment, to use for cancer treatment. You can use for space exploration projects. Many more applications are there. Now, what is the role of India in nuclear energy? That we have to know. India has the largest indigenous nuclear power program. The Indian government is committed to growing its nuclear power capacity as part of its massive infrastructure development program. The government has set ambition target to grow in nuclear capacity because India is outside the nuclear non-proliferate treaty due to its weapon program. It was 34-year largely excluded from trade in nuclear plants and materials, which hampered its development of civil nuclear energy until 2009. Due to early trade ban and lack of indigenous uranium, India has uniquely been developing a nuclear fuel cycle to exploit its reserve of thorium. Since 2010, a fundamental incompatibility between India's civil liability law and international conventional limit foreign technology provision. These are the update up to July 2020 from the Department of Nuclear Energy. That's why India is aggressively moving to develop a infrastructure which is useful for the nuclear energy, production of nuclear energy. Okay. This is all about the nuclear energy, in which we covered how that nuclear energy can be generated by using two kind of nuclear reactions, and where that nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reaction can be occurred, we discuss some examples as well as how nuclear reactor works, what are the benefits of nuclear energy to the society, to the world, how a nuclear energy provides a more than electricity, how we can use that nuclear energy to the medical purpose also, and what is the role of India to develop a nuclear power, that we discuss in this topic. If you have any doubt about a nuclear energy, you can ask me. Thank you.